For those of us who are not being able to connect here on Zoom or who can't listen to me on Zoom, you can also listen to me. You can have this training from YouTube. I'll share the link on the group. Okay. So I've shared the YouTube link on the group. For those of us who have got questions, you can raise your hand. The raise a hand option is in the more button on your Zoom app, or you can put your questions on the chat window also. So firstly, good afternoon everyone. We're going to conduct a training for learning management platform, and the platform is called as edflylearn.com. So we are going to begin with, we are going to demonstrate the whole platform, and then we'll see on how we are going to engage our students on with edflylearn. Okay. So let me begin. My screen is visible. Okay. So like I've said, the platform is called edflylearn.com, and let's have a look at the features that we have on the e-learning platform. Just to begin with, as we talk, we are the global leaders in monthly data consumption for the internet, and on an average we are consuming about 9.8 GBs of data per month, which means the times are very favorable for online education, for having the lectures online. Okay, and we are one of the countries where we've got the cheapest internet possible today. So fortunately, even in today's times, we can conduct our e-learning on online methods. Okay, so this is one thing. Why do we need an LMS? So towards the end of the session, we'll figure out what are the features, what are the benefits of using a learning management tool. And this is a question that we are trying to answer today. This is a question that we're going to answer throughout the session. Okay. So let's have a look at the basic things that you're going to do with the e-learning platform. So firstly, as a teacher, what you can do is you can create your own course. After you've created your own course, you can add your content. So which means, let's say if I'm teaching mathematics subject, and under mathematics subject, I have multiple chapters. So all of those chapters I can create. And after I've created all those chapters, I can add content in each of those chapters. Then I should be able to schedule a lecture for my students, and I should be able to invite my students. So these are the basic features that you will require on a learning management tool. Now, why do we want to add content? So not all of us, not all the students might have internet connectivity at their places, might not have stable internet connectivity only for live lectures. So in this situation, what happens is if you've uploaded some content, they can also refer to that content. Uh, Online learning, in this you will have to have a model where you have to upload content for your students which they can go through uh, before even the classes begin. Then you will have to probably go for some discussions on the concept that you've uh, taught or you've shared with your students. So you're going to use the live format for discussing those concepts, and maybe you'll need environment where you can conduct a small quiz for your students, so that you will know that whatever you have taught so far, has that content, have those concepts reached your students, and maybe you can like add more value to the whole system by giving them assignments and all and so on. Okay, so let's have a look at how these features work. So I'm going to go to edflylearn.com. Okay, so here you can go through the website, what facilities are there for students, what facilities are there for teachers, and so on and so forth. All those are mentioned here. For now, I'll just log into this platform. Okay, so here I can see that there are two things that I'm teaching. I'm personally teaching to my students, and I'm also associated with the institute. So I'll just click on my institute login. Now, under the content, uh, I have my courses. So I can see the various courses that I've got created here. So let me just click on humanities. I'm teaching to 11th standard and my subject is psychology. Okay. So here I'm going to just update the syllabus. So maybe the first chapter is XYZ. The second chapter is PQR. The third chapter is AB CD. Okay, I'm just putting some random topics and save. So all these three topics have got created here, and I can go to any one topic, any one chapter, and I can start adding content. So when I click on add content, these are the various options that we have here. So I can upload learning objectives for this particular topic. I can upload pre-notes. Pre-notes means that if you want to share some material with your students, if you want to share a note, if you want to tell them that they have to revise a particular concept, they have to read a particular article on the internet, or they have to go through some video. So these are the things that you'll be able to do using these options here. So pre-notes, if you want to upload your own video or if you want to share the video from YouTube, okay, so you can do that also. Let me just show you with your institute's login. Okay, so I'm going to Chetana Trust. Under this particular trust, I go to content and my courses. So Chetana Trust, these are the various colleges that we have created. So I'll go to the junior college, and under junior college, I'll go to arts. Okay, let me go to SYBCom. Here I have created semester 3 and semester 4. And there are these many divisions that I've created. So under these divisions, I've created these subjects: accounts and financial management, commerce, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I'll go to any one of these subjects. Here I can create my syllabus. Okay. As teachers, you will be able to create your own syllabus. So let's say the chapter's name is ABC, chapter 1, and I'm going to save it. Okay. So when I go to ABC, I can add these various pieces of content. So let's say learning objective I want to add. I'll say that to learn ABC, and I can add your pointers. The students will learn concepts around ABC. Okay, let me just save this. So you can see that this topic is got created. Similarly, I can attach a pre-note. So here I can say that refer to your previous year's concept on ABC. Something like that I can put here. Okay, and save this. So like this, you can add n number of pieces, n number of learning objectives, n number of pre-notes while you are going to conduct your sessions. Third, let me just put video. So let me just add a YouTube video. The video that we are conducting right now. So this is the live link that we are conducting right now. Okay, let me just put this live link here and save. Okay, so you can see that the entire session is now there on this particular portal. Now, this is exactly how your students will be able to see the content. Okay. Here, if you have created your own content, if you've recorded your own videos, those also you can upload up to 500 MBs you can upload per video. That is the limit. If you have created some presentations or if you have created some Word files, those presentations you can upload from here. So let me just upload a presentation for you all. Okay, so I have just uploaded a presentation here. So you can see that this presentation is got attached here, and your students can run through this presentation. Okay. Similarly, you can attach multiple pieces of content. I can attach 2 presentations, 3 presentations, and all that. Now, let me take you to the next concept. So, when you're teaching, you're going to teach the concepts one by one, even if it is a lecture. So, there'll be some pieces of content which you would want to share with your students before the lecture begins. Okay. So, here I can see that there are 3 buttons here: edit, publish, and delete. So, if I want to edit this particular content that I've uploaded, I can edit it. And if I want to share this with my students, I can publish this content. So now all the students can see my learning objectives. All the students can see my pre-notes. They can see the YouTube video that I've shared with you here, and so on. So here at times you might not want to share everything in the beginning. When you are conducting the lecture, at that point in time, you would want to share some attachments or something like that. Okay. So when you are conducting your live lecture is when in the middle of the lecture, you can go to this platform and you can publish. You can ask your students to go through this particular piece of content that you've shared with them right now. Okay. For example, a test. If you want to conduct a test towards the end of your lecture, a small quiz, you can create a small quiz from add content. You can create a small quiz. So here it's a multiple choice question quiz. You can put up questions, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 questions, and you can share this quiz with your students. So for now, let me just put a dummy question, which is, an option is training on e-learning, which is the right answer, or having fun, which is not the right answer. Maybe going live with Edfly, maybe this is the right answer. So here I can put 2 or 3 right answers, and X, Y, Z. Okay. And if I want to give them marks, then I can put up marks here. I can add more questions using this button. I can put description and so on and so forth and save. Okay, so title and save. Okay. So now when this lecture is going to end is when in real time I'm going to publish this particular quiz so that towards the end, now you can tell them that you can go through the questions. You can see the questions here and the options here, and they can submit these questions and these answers. Okay. And you can check your answers, the submitted answers by your students here. Okay. Now, how are you going to schedule a lecture? How are you going to schedule a live lecture with your students? So you can go to add content and you can go to lecture schedule. Okay, you can put the date. Let's say I want to schedule a lecture for today from 2:30, sorry, 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and save this. So it's saying that the lecture is scheduled successfully and the joining credentials will be displayed automatically 10 minutes prior to the lecture. I'll say okay. So I'll go to the dashboard and here I can see that I've got an option to start my lecture, which I've scheduled for 2:30 to 3:30, right? The moment I click on this, it will take me live into the lecture. We are conducting all our lectures on Zoom. Similarly, your students will have this button where it will say that join lecture. Okay. So your students will be able to join the lecture once you have started the lecture. Okay. So I'll just stop my presentation here. And if there are any questions, I'll allow you to unmute. You can raise your hand or you can unmute and you can ask questions.
Well, Viral.
Yes.
Yeah, my first question will be that how many students can join in one class?
Okay. So right now we have got a participant limit of 300 students.
In each class?
In one session, yes. That's the maximum number.
Okay. And what is the limitations for teacher? How many lectures per day or the duration of the lecture?
So whatever is the requirement, will give so many licenses for the institute. So you'll be able to conduct multiple sessions together.
How many teachers can at a time go for a lecture?
So, sir, that's what I'm saying. How many teachers do you want to go live?
Okay, suppose that in real time our almost entire teaching staff goes except 2 or 3 teachers, means
Right.
20 people, because we want to finish that one day learning in 3 or 4 hours duration. So at least 18 to 20 teachers will go live. So that much of licenses you will create, because
Yeah.
your each license will have a different cost bearing on the institution.
But sir, you tell me how many lectures are live at a time?
No, mostly our preference is to go on real time and teach.
But sir, how many? For example, you will go
For
live.
example, 15 teachers will go live at a time, or 12 teachers will go online.
This is for which college?
Degree or junior both, minimum
Okay, so let's say
12 to 13 teachers.
so we'll take an example. Okay.
Huh.
So if you're going live with your junior college, right?
Hmm.
How many sessions are you going to conduct concurrently?
At least 4 sessions will be there.
So that's it. You need only 4 licenses there.
No 4 live session. In a one live session, there will be 12 to 13 or 15 teacher.
Okay, so let's understand, sir. For example, when you're going live with junior college, you will you have SY and TY going on right now.
Okay.
Sorry, only 12 standard going on live right now.
Right, in junior college only 12th, and degree college SY and TY.
So let's take only one example of junior college.
Fine.
Right? Okay, let's restrict ourselves to junior college. In junior college, with your 12th standard, you will have how many concurrent lectures? So you have got 12th arts, 12th science, 12th commerce. Correct?
So we have around 900 students.
Sorry?
900 students.
So ma'am, this 12th arts might have 900 students. So in 300 batches, right? Maybe you can club two divisions together. So in 12th arts, you will have 3 lectures if there are 900 students. Similarly, 12th commerce, 3 lectures, and similarly, 12th science, 3 lectures, right? Is that correct? So you will just
I'm not. There is some technical problem. I mean, some network issue.
okay. So am I audible?
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
audible.
right
You
now.
continue.
Okay. So you'll need 9 lectures for junior college. If you've got totally 900 in arts, 900 in science, and 900 in commerce, okay, then you will
No.
need 9 licenses in all. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah. So these are not much. It's okay. We will support you with these many licenses. And similarly, you can go live for your degree colleges, right? Here, one more thing which you are going to do as an institute is maybe because we are going live, maybe you will club two divisions and teach together, right? So all those things will also happen.
Okay. But just try to understand, our prime concern is that we want to go live and give as much as possible to the student.
Absolutely, sir.
Because the video recording and all that, all teachers do not have absorbed that skill of making videos or
That's okay.
kind of e-content.
There are a few more things that I'm going to share. Any questions so far? Have all of us understood how we are going to add content on the portal?
Yes,
That we have understood, and if suppose that practice session is organized, that will give you hands-on practice, and people will be a bit comfortable after that.
Perfect. So as teachers, I just reiterated what all things we have done so far. As teachers, I have created my syllabus. Under every topic, I can add content. I can add multiple learning objectives, multiple pre-notes, audio, video presentations, PDF files, Word files, Excel files, programming files, any kind of content that I want to add onto this, I can add those files onto this portal. Okay. I can schedule a lecture, a live lecture with my student. Fourth, all the recordings, all the live lectures are automatically recorded and are shared with the students. Okay. So in case any of your students have missed any class, they can go through the live recordings later also. Okay. So now let's have a look at how you're going to take the attendance. Okay. You also want to conduct your attendance and all that. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Let me just share my screen again. Okay. I think there are some messages on the chat window. If there are 1,000 students, so can we make 3 divisions and 3 teachers can conduct? Yes, you can do that. Also, there is the option of buying a bigger license. Okay. So right now I'm talking about the basic license, which has got 300 capacity. There are licenses where you can have 1,000 capacity also. So in one lecture itself, you can address all the 1,000 students together.
Viral,
Yes.
see, we all are permanent teachers, right?
Right.
And one of the drawback of this online education is that I alone can teach 1,000 students.
Okay.
Okay, if I do that, then what my 5 colleagues will do, isn't it? So while preparing our timetable, we all have to take care that our workload will be maintained. So each teacher will have a responsibility. So
Yes.
therefore, we will have a multiple sessions, and whatever the government nominated workload we have given, that workload we have to finish. We have to show and we have to conduct that much of real-time lecturing.
Sir, so here what we are talking about.
Hello. May I intervene?
Yes, sir.
See, as far as workload is concerned, it is our lookout. It is not the lookout of the software. Whatever we want to learn today is how to create the content, how to upload it, and we need to learn the basic techniques of the live lectures. What are the good qualities? What are the bad qualities, etc., etc. And as far as workload and divisions are concerned, that we will be taking care of. That is not the software issue. It is our administrative part. So I think we need not waste our time on this particular topic. We'll say that whatever number of teachers are going for the lectures live or offline or whatever, their content has to be first prepared. That content has to be shared with the students, and then we can carry on with the lectures. As far as the workload and all other things are concerned, that are to be taken care by the head of the departments or whatever the departments college is having. So we need to understand at this time that we can conduct the batch of 300 students per teacher with the basic license. And if we think that only one teacher has to take entire lecture for 1 hour, we need to buy a bigger license where 1,000 students can be admitted. At present, we are having only 3 to 400 or 500 students for the junior college, because they are only these much students are admitted for the SYJC. As far as degree college is concerned, they may be added, say, 1,000 students. So you are having enough capacity of the teachers and enough capacity, enough content also. So we need to understand first the technique, how to open the box, how to go step by step to open the software, and etc. etc. All these points are we need to cover. We need not take much time of the learned man to how to distribute the divisions and all. So please raise the issues regarding how to create the content, how much that particular file should be of how many MB, GB, whatever. That are very important things today at this particular point of time. That's what I feel.
Yes, sir.
So I need to know from our learned person that how we can uh, create the content, whether we can handwrite the content and then we take the photograph or scan the document and then upload, or we can directly type it on the software and we can share it with the students, etc. etc. Can we use the whiteboard or chalkboard or Excel sheets for maths or commerce accounts and all? So that we need to understand first. All the divisions or workload part I want to say. That's all.
So, sir, sure. I have already shared on how you can log in onto your platform.
Right, sir.
I'm going to create the login IDs for everyone.
Yeah.
The SMS after this, by today, end of day, or by tomorrow, all of you will get your login IDs and password. When you log in, you
Okay.
upload your syllabus. You can create your syllabus and you can start adding content. From the content perspective, you can add any content that you've just shared. For example, you can share an image, you can write and you can share the image, you can take a photograph, you can share your presentation, Excel sheet, if you're teaching computer programming, then your C, C++ files, any kind of file you will need to put or upload onto this software. Okay. The limitations of various files are already mentioned on the software. So when you open, you want to upload a particular file, it will tell you that you can upload video file up to 500 MB. If you want to upload some other file, it will tell you that this is a limit. Okay. So these limits are already mentioned. Secondly, like you said, your institute, whatever you have, whatever lectures, whatever sessions, whatever divisions that you want to create, the software has the capacity, has the facility to emulate whatever structure you want onto this platform. Okay. Tomorrow, if you decide to also run private courses, like you want to offer a optional course like Tally or Excel or something like that for your students, you can do even that from this platform. You can invite your full-time faculty members, you can invite your part-time faculty members, you can define those time limits, expiry dates. All of these facilities are there on the platform. So as sir said, let's focus on the platform, and we can have a separate session if required where we can also teach on how to curate good quality content. Okay. Here, from the lectures perspective, we are using Zoom application. All the lectures are happening on Zoom. I forgot to mention this earlier. So when sir pointed out, let me also share on how you can share your screen. Okay. So all of us have tried to use Zoom. Then here I have enabled the share screen option. For those of us now, in the more option or in the, there is a button in green which says share screen. Okay. So you can click on that and you can start sharing your screen. So any presentation or anything you want to share, you can share with your students. Under share screen, there is also an option of sharing your whiteboard. Okay. So when you share your whiteboard, you can write on the whiteboard. However, yeah, that's correct. So I can see Rachna ma'am has shared the whiteboard. Okay. So here now when you share your whiteboard, you can actually, if you're using your phone or something, you can write it on your phone, which will be visible to your students. Okay. At times you can also keep your annotations on, where your students can also share. Your students can also write on the whiteboard. Like we ask them sometimes to come on the board and write. Okay. So these facilities are also there. There is also an option where you can put the annotations, uh, the the one who's putting the annotations, you can show the name of the student who's putting the annotation, so that no students will do any mischief. Okay, so these are the features that are there on the Zoom platform. Let me also share my screen again, where I'll show you how to take attendance. Okay, from this platform. So I don't think I have any students here. We have not added the students in Chetana College yet. Let me start from my lecture. Yeah. So here I can see that in content, I'll go to my courses. This is my day, day 4 and going live, add content. Let me schedule a lecture for today at 3 to 4 o'clock. Okay. Now on my dashboard, I can see my lecture scheduled. Sorry, I'll just edit this again. Okay, so I have an option of starting my lecture. So I'm starting this lecture right now, and it's taking me to Zoom. And let me just cancel this because I'm already on Zoom. So let's say this lecture has got started. Sorry. And on my dashboard, I can see that I have an option to end my lecture. So towards the end, what I can do is I can end my lecture here. And I can see that all my students list is there and all my students are absent. Because right now I have just scheduled my lecture. For those who were present or who have attended my lecture, I will see that those students are present also. Okay. So here manually I can mark them present if required, or I can manually mark them absent also if required, and then I can save this. Okay. So in this way, you can, for all the lectures that you're going to conduct online, you can mark your student attendance also. Okay. Now, the one more thing that I wanted to show was that here is also an option of degree college. Let me go there. BCom by semester 3, A division, and I have created this ABC topic. I will go here and I can also put assignment. Okay. If I want to share an assignment with my students, I can share an assignment with all your students. And when your students submit those assignments, you can download all your student assignments and you can view them on your computer. Okay. So for example, write, sorry, yes. and I will say write 100 words on assignment. On sorry, accounts. Okay, save. So now your students have an option where they will see this, that there is an assignment, and they can write their assignment, and they also have an option to send you the assignments. Okay. So when they share these assignments with you, you can download all your students' assignments, or under the students tab, responses, you can see all their assignments together one by one, and you can also grade your assignment. Okay. So I'll just repeat on what all things we have seen. First thing that we did was we have created our own syllabus. Second thing, under the topic that we have created, we could add content. Third thing, we could have a small quiz with our students. We have also understood how we are going to publish the data, how we are going to share our content with our students. Fifth, we have seen how you are going to go live, how you're going to conduct a live lecture with your students. And sixth, we have seen assignments. Okay. So these are the various things that you can do from this particular platform. Okay. We are also integrating some more aspects which we can demonstrate once they are integrated. For example, for teaching mathematics, okay, we are integrating a tool which is Zebra. I don't know how many of us have gone through this tool, but it's a very nice tool where you can teach mathematics, and these are the various topics that you can teach using this tool. So, for example, geometry, if I want to teach, I can choose the geometry tool, and when I'm teaching geometry, my students can see in real time on how things are moving, because this is where you will need to write or draw a segment and show them the intersection or something like that. Okay, a circle maybe. So when I want to teach some subject like these, where you will need the interactivity, the whiteboard that you have might not have all the tools to teach those respective subjects. So we are also trying to bring on board some tools, some topics where this whole learning experience can go to the next. Okay. So broadly, these are the very easy to use platform. Once you get the logins, you will get the logins for your subject. So when you log in, you will not get the entire structure. You will only get access to the students or to the subjects which you are handling, which you are taking. Okay. So any questions, then we may take.
Viral,
Yes.
if suppose that we make a tentative timetable for next 10 days,
Right.
right? We have scheduled lectures and we have a definite plan that how many teachers are going online and which chapter they are going to teach.
Right.
So whether it is a system generated message will deliver to the student,
Right.
or who will do that job, that for example tomorrow my lecture at 10:30,
Right.
and so how the student will come to know?
So, sir, they will get to know on the registered mobile numbers via the SMS automatically.
Automatically.
Yes. Okay. So, any.
So is this system available 24/7 for all teachers?
Yeah. Yes.
So if suppose that somebody has a problem in conducting lecture,
Right.
and the availability of a student, if there are some students who are coming from very lower strata of the society, they do not have free mobile, and if somebody requests a weak student, for example, we can conduct a special class in the evening or something like that.
And you can do that. Yes, you can do all that.
Okay.
You can go in your login, you
Hmm.
can schedule a lecture, and you can invite that student to that lecture.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Viral.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Once I will take a live lecture, so how long it will be there on the portal?
It's the live lecture is till the time you are live. What is your question?
Okay.
How long can you take the live lecture? The
No. How long it will be there, live lecture? Because if some
recording is
students are
there
missing.
for the entire semester. You're asking about the recording of the live lecture, right?
Oh, no. If I am taking live lecture, no, so how long it will be there? It means if some students are missing it in, if they want to get it again.
So
So
that's
is
the
that
recording
possible
of the
for
live
them?
lecture.
That recording they can refer to any time.
Any time
Okay.
throughout your semester, throughout the entire
Okay.
semester.
It means it will store.
Yes, yes, it is recorded and is automatically available with all your students.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Jyoti ma'am, you have something to share. You can unmute yourself and you can talk. I can see Jyoti ma'am, you've raised your hand. Okay, let me just check if there are any questions.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. It was regarding how the students can be added to the lecture.
Ma'am, so we will add them. All
Oh,
the students automatically will add them. From the
okay.
administrator's login, which right now Omkar sir has, we'll add all the students and all the faculty members also.
Okay. 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 Thank you for that, sir.
Yeah. Principal sir, would you want to share something? Okay, so here I've got Rutsana ma'am asking this question. So right now, this entire recording of this session is also available on YouTube. The link is shared on the group, and all of you, if you want to understand on how things are moving, if you want to go back to the platform on how I have done, how I have uploaded the content and all that, so you can go through that YouTube video.
Okay.
Any restrictions on the formats of the files that are to be uploaded? There are some restrictions. You can't upload some malicious softwares and that, but otherwise the content pieces you can of course add onto your portal.
ओंकार हॅलो
Hello. Yes sir.
आता कुठ कसं रे कुठून काय करू मी
So we can.
हॅलो हां हॅलो
Yes sir, we can hear you.
ओके प्राध्यापक बंधू भगिनी ना हॅलो हॅलो
हाँ सर, बोला बोला बोला
सर
सर.
आवाज येतोय सर तुमचा, बोला सर.
प्राध्यापक बंधू भगिनी ना
सर
आवाज येतोय सर तुमचा, बोला सर, बोला.
हां तर आपण हा पहिला प्रयोग करतोय. त्याच्यात काही प्रश्न निर्माण, काही अडचणी येतील. या लोकांना याची सवय नाही, त्यांनाही त्रास होईल. आपण आता पहिल्या टप्प्यात एवढंच करूया की तुम्हाला आता या ट्रेनिंग सेशन मध्ये हे तुमचं रजिस्ट्रेशन झालं की तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी त्याची प्रॅक्टिस करून पाहिजे आपल्या सरावात. ओके, तुम्ही तुमचे एक लेक्चर तयार करायचं, रेकॉर्ड करून पाहायचं, तुम्ही कसे दिसतात. त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही तुमचे नोट्स त्या ऍड करून बघा. तुम्हाला काही व्हिडिओज टाकायचे असतील तर त्या ऍड करून बघा. तुमचे क्वेश्चन तयार ठेवा, ते तिथे ऍड करून ठेवा. मला काही त्यांना होमवर्क द्यायचा असेल तर तो सजेस्ट करून ठेवा. ज्या विषयांना प्रॅक्टिकल आहे किंवा प्रोजेक्ट आहे त्यांनी त्याचे सब्जेक्ट तिथे सजेस्ट करून ठेवा त्या पर्टिक्युलर चॅप्टरवरची. तुम्ही अशी तयारी करून ठेवा. आता आपली अडचण अशी आहे, अनेक मुलांनी ऍडमिशन तर घेतली आहे पण खूप मुलांनी त्यांचे विषय बदलण्यासाठीचे ऍप्लिकेशन आपल्याकडे सबमिट केलेले. त्याच्यामुळे इमिजिएट आपण आता डिव्हिजन्स पाडू शकणार नाही. म्हणून जेवढे मुलं रजिस्टर असतील तेव्हा प्रत्येक क्लास म्हणजे 12वीचा एक क्लास किंवा फर्स्ट इयर बीकॉमचा एक क्लास असं सगळ्याच्या सगळ्या मुलांना आपण तो विषय शिकवणार आहोत. त्याच्याप्रमाणे पहिल्या फेजमध्ये आता तुम्ही तुमचं नियोजन करून ठेवा की तुम्ही तुमच्या विषयाचं कुठल्या क्लासचं कोण व्यक्ती कोणता विषय कधी शिकवणार. त्याच्याप्रमाणे तुम्ही शेड्यूल दिले की आम्ही त्या कन्सर्न पार्टीशी बोलून तुमचं ते अपलोड करूया. त्या त्या ठिकाणी तुमचं शेड्यूल होईल आणि तुम्ही तेव्हा त्यांना लाईव्ह शिकवू शकाल. कदाचित आपण या पहिल्या फेजमध्ये सगळ्या मुलांची डायरेक्ट टू वे कम्युनिकेशन करू नाही शकणार. म्हणून वन वे कम्युनिकेशन थ्रू तुम्ही फक्त शिकवायचं, त्यांना नोट्स अवेलेबल करून द्यायचे, प्रश्न अवेलेबल करून द्यायचे. आणि मग जेव्हा तुमच्या आपले डिव्हिजन्स तयार होतील तेव्हा डिव्हिजन प्रमाणे आपण त्या मुलांचे रेकॉर्ड तास घेऊ शकू अशी व्यवस्था करूया. म्हणून फार याची चिंता न करता तुम्ही तुमची तयारी करून घ्या की तुम्हाला सॉफ्टवेअर हाताळता येईल. ओके, आणि मग तुम्हाला एकदा सॉफ्टवेअर हाताळता आलं त्यात कंटेंट ऍड करताना तुम्हाला कंटेंट ऍड करायसाठी पण तुम्हाला मदत लागणार. म्हणून तुम्ही थोडे प्रयत्न करायचे. तुमचे प्रयत्न करण्यावर आपलं यश अवलंबून आहे. मी तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा देतो आणि इथेच थांबतो. ठीक आहे.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So I am there on the WhatsApp group. Also, all of you have my number. So for any of us, once we give you the login IDs and the passwords, आणि मग आपण सगळे जे कॉन्टेंट अपलोड करू आपल्या पोर्टल्सवर, तेव्हा काही अडचणी जर येतील तर तुम्ही आमच्या टीमला पण कॉन्टॅक्ट करू शकता. वी आर देअर, विल बी मोर दॅन हॅपी टू हेल्प ऑल ऑफ अस. ओके, sure. So we'll wrap this up for today. Once we have the logins, then probably we might have more questions. Then maybe we can have a session like this again, where we attend your questions because you've used the solution. You practically used the application. Okay, there is one question that how Zoom application is safe. Okay, so what we have done is we are conducting all our sessions through Zoom, but we have restricted the safety from Edfly Learn platform. So only the students on Edfly Learn platform will have access to the Zoom lectures. So nobody from the outside world will be able to log into the Edfly Learn platform, or will be able to log into your lectures, or will be able to give your exams or whatever. Okay. We also have a platform where we can conduct a full-fledged exam. So this I will not share right now. First, let's start using the platform, the basic facilities, and then as we move forward, we will be able to check on the advanced features also.
Well, there won't be any problem because Zoom is very customer friendly and kind of a software. There are very less difficulties, and teacher can easily cope up with this kind of. And already we have done a lot of seminars and webinars on this same software, so there won't be much difficulty as long as live lectures are concerned.
Sure. So, sir, again, let's start using this, and then we'll have a session like this again. तब हो सकता है कि हमें बहुत सारे questions होंगे. Then we'll answer those questions.
No, one point which we have given a very thin attention, and that is the whiteboard. Whiteboard is necessary. I am very good with operating. If you can engage a half an hour lecture on how to use the whiteboard, that application perhaps will be the most important application for all teachers. Rohini Sankhya madam is showing, but I'll, for example, just normal screen or yeah madam, normal screen वर Rohini Sankhya madam. No, that you can do it, but normal screen or yeah, Rohini Sankhya madam. Right. For example, see this.
Yes, sir.
Right, I'm just sharing. Wait for a minute. Is it coming now?
Yeah.
You all can see, right?
Yes, yes.
These are the important applications. For example, if I write here, how are you, student? All are able to see that, right? We can simply use different applications. I just want to erase, I can erase this one. So call any expert, or if possible, otherwise I will take the session on this. So we will have a more, command on this entire system. So this is a fantastic tool. Anyway, gradually, one by one, we will learn. And what difficulties comes in, we all will write the difficulties, and then we will conduct a session addressing that particular difficulties. Is that fine?
Sir, may I ask one question?
Yes.
Sir, Viral sir, see, I'm economics teacher, and for us, we need to draw diagrams.
Sure.
There are, the questions, or there are theories and laws where we need to draw the diagram. So please, can you help me how to draw diagram and how to write the content below that, please?
Ma'am, there no. Okay. So what we have learned right now is the tool for e-learning. Okay.
Right.
What we have gone through right now. Now, the second aspect is, which is a different aspect, is your e-learning strategy. Okay, so all the teachers right now, when we start, I'm sure that there will be no uniformity on the way you are presenting to your class. Okay, so
Right.
students for a particular teacher will have different way to adopt, and will be a different way for with other teachers. Okay, so
Correct.
there is a strategy that we'll have to define as an institute, where we'll have to say that, okay, this is how we as an institute are going to conduct our lectures. Okay, so there's an e-learning strategy that we'll have to implement, and second is a content strategy that we'll have to implement. Okay, our regular sessions in classrooms, we already had control over our students. They were sitting in front of us.
Right.
But in these
Right.
situations, you might want to have different content. You might want to have more engaging content. You might want to enhance by using curiosity, by using some other strategies. So content strategy is another thing which we'll have to use for engaging with our students. So right now, today's session was restricted to the tool usage, the first part. Okay. You can have more sessions, but to begin with, it will not make any sense until and unless you have conducted 3, 4, 5 hours of lectures with your students. Okay. Then as an institute, maybe we can sit and we can define the content strategy for our institute. We can define the e-learning strategy with our institute. Okay. Maybe the institute can give all of us a standard template on a PowerPoint presentation, which as teachers we can use to fill the template for our subjects, for our topics.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So these are some other strategies that we'll have to look at. But however, right now is not the time when we can discuss all those things. As and when we move towards adopting this e-learning, then maybe we can discuss these strategies. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I think, okay, there's one question that I'll take, which is the last question. I've got another session that's going to begin at 3.
Okay.
No problem.
Only after login you can practice the software. Yes. So here you can also sign up as a teacher right now on edflylearn.com. Okay. You can sign up on your own. You can practice if you want directly from there. There are also videos on our YouTube channel, which is Edfly. Okay. I'll share the links of the YouTube channel that I have, and you can all practice the software. However, by today end of day, you will all get the logins. You can practice in there also. Okay.
Fine.
You can practice on whatever you want to do from there also. Okay. So take your leave for now. Is there any app? Okay. Further questions you can post it on the WhatsApp group that we have, and we'll take it up. So there is an app for students. There is an Android app for students. We've also uploaded the app on Apple iPhones and all. But however, that has not gone live. Even Apple is working very slow because of this COVID situation. They are falling short on staff, and hence everything is moving very slowly. Ideally, it takes a week, but it's more than 14 days now. 14 days that it's not live yet. Okay, but yes, there is an app. Okay, so I hope the session was meaningful, and thanks a lot for attending the session. Maybe we'll have the introduction for myself and the company, maybe in the sessions to in the coming sessions. Okay, that's all. Thanks all. I'll end.
Thank you.
Or you
Thank
want
you very much.
something, then I can.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can
Thank
leave.
you.
Thank you.